Welcome to Couch Potatoes Yoga. You can be a couch potato and watch us, or you can join us. This is the third session of Couch Potatoes Yoga, and today we're doing something a little different. We're going to do yoga in chairs. For those of you that might have trouble getting up and down off the floor easily, or you just want a little gentler class, this is the one for you. So we're going to start with a centering. So allow your eyes to gently close for a moment and feel your body against the chair, feet against the floor, hands in your lap. Let all your senses be wide open and let all the senses ground you right here in the present moment. Now take a deep, energizing breath. Gently open your eyes. Bring your hands down by your sides, palms out, and we'll do a sun breath, reaching out and up. When the palms come together, turn them out and reach out and down on the out breath. Going your own pace with your breathing pattern. We'll do 3 more. Last one. Great. Now bring the hands up again, and this time we'll do a half moon, which is a side stretch. Leaning over to one side, pulling the top hand with the bottom hand. And then over to the other side. Inhaling up in the center and out to the side. Inhale up and over to the other side. One more. Great. Now release. Rest the hands in the lap for a moment. Notice how the body feels. Yoga is all about opening new energy channels in the body so the prana, the life force, can flow through the new energy channels. So a deep energizing breath spreads the eagle wings. This is the eagle posture. And then bring the right under the left. Wrap the forearms around. Squeeze the elbows together. Deep breath in, and then lean forward on the out breath. Spreading the shoulder blades apart, stretching out the low back, tucking the chin into the chest. Hold and breathe. One more. Good. Then when you're ready, inhale yourself back up. Another squeeze on the elbows and then release. Spread the eagle wings wide once again. Scissor the left under the right this time. Wrap the forearms around. Elbows come out. Squeeze together. Deep breath in once again. Bend forward on the out breath, breathing into those back ribs. Spreading the shoulder blades wide apart. Breathing into the low back. One more deep breath in and out. And then inhale yourself back up. One more squeeze on the elbows, then release. Let the arms float around behind you. Clasp them together. Pull down and away for a counter stretch. Bring the shoulder blades together. Lift up the chin on the in-breath. Make the neck very long. And then let the head drop forward on the out-breath. Let the head be heavy and let it roll back and forth just a tiny bit. in each direction. Then inhale the head back up. Release the hands, let them float around in front of you. Clasp them together, push them away from you and up over your head. And then one palm moves toward the ceiling at a time, stretching out everything from the side of the hand, down the wrist, the inside of the arm, all the way down to the hip. And then over to the side a little bit. It should feel good. All right. And release. Let the hands float down and rest in the lap. Close the eyes for a moment. Notice how the body feels. Notice tingling in the arms and hands, shoulders, upper chest and back, perhaps even the face. That's energy flowing through the body in new ways, energizing every cell in the body. Feel the breath flowing through the body, all the way to the crown of the head, all the way to the tips of the fingers and the soles of the feet. Deep breaths. Now a deep, energizing breath gently opens the eyes again, and let's stretch the legs. So starting with that right knee, squeeze the right knee up and into the chest. This is called the half wind reliever pose. Hold it for a breath or two. Good. And then start to move the knee back and forth to warm up the hip. We're going to stretch out the hip. So move the knee back and forth. And then cross this ankle over the other knee. Sit up tall, bring one hand to the foot, one hand to the knee. Deep breath in. Lead with the heart, bend forward, hinge at the hips, as far as that hip will allow you to come. And then hold and breathe 3 breaths into that hip. Imagine you're breathing space into the muscles in that hip. Hip stretches are really good for low back stability. Then inhale yourself back up. And sit back and give yourself a little foot massage. Find those acupressure points on the bottom of the foot that feel really delicious. Enjoy the foot massage. And don't leave out the toes. Pull on the toes. Gently make circles, wiggle them back and forth. We want flexibility in all the joints in the entire body. Flexibility is really important. We're creating space, keeps the body healthy and young, and lets everything flow easily. Now when you're ready, gather up the toes and point them down and away, and take a deep breath in and out. And then flex the foot and pull the toes back. Take another deep breath in and out. And now we're going to do love pats on the foot and the ankle, the lower leg, the knee, all the way up to the thigh, all the way up to the hip. And gratitude for every cell in the body. Every cell is important. Every cell is necessary. So now that leg is energized and relaxed. Set it gently down. And cross the other foot. Squeeze it into the chest first and take a breath or two. And now move the knee back and forth to warm up the hip. Good. Circles are good. Any way that knee wants to move around. And then cross this ankle over the other knee and bring one hand to the foot, one hand to the knee. Sit up very tall, take a deep breath in. Hinge at the hips, move forward, leading with the heart on the out breath. And then hold for 3 breaths, breathing space into that hip. Now inhale yourself back up. Sit back and give this foot a little foot massage. Finding the spots that feel delicious on the bottom of the foot. Nerve endings from all the organs in the body come down to the bottom of the foot and can be stimulated this way if you know where they are. It's called reflexology. And don't leave out the toes. The toes are really important for balance. So we want to keep every joint in the body as open and flexible as possible. And then when you're ready, gather up the toes, point them down and away from the knee, and take a deep breath in and out. And then flex the foot and pull the toes back for more flexibility. Another deep breath in and out. And then love pats on the foot and the ankle and the lower leg and knee, the thigh, all the way up to the hip. Waking up the leg, waking up every part of the leg and foot. And feel gratitude for every cell in the body. Everyone is important. And now set this foot gently down. Now we're going to do one more arm stretch. So stretch one arm up and then bring the hand between the shoulder blades. Bring the other hand to the elbow. And just kind of resting the wrist on the top of the head, pull that elbow back for greater shoulder flexibility. Just with finger pressure. And breathe. Great. Now we'll change sides. So drop the other hand between the shoulder blades and bring the fingers to the other elbow and hold and breathe as you gently pull this elbow back to open up the shoulder. Great. Release. Let the hands rest in the lap. We're going to do a breathing exercise. So let the eyes gently close and simply watch the breath for the next few breaths. Notice the tiny moment of stillness between the out breath and the in breath. And the tiny moment of stillness between the in-breath and the out-breath. This is called the turning point of the breath. And it is said that there is enlightenment in that turning point of the breath. That moment of stillness contains enlightenment. So slow down the breath slightly and savor that moment of stillness. This next section is a guided meditation called Yoga Nidra, developed by Richard Miller of the Center for Timeless Being in Sebastopol, California. Begin by making yourself very, very comfortable. You can be seated or lying down, whichever you prefer. But once you get comfortable, adjust yourself again so that you're even 5 or 10% more comfortable. So you can remain relatively still. and you'll be going into a deep state of self-inquiry. Now start by checking in with yourself as to whatever intention you may have for the next little while. We'll have about 15 or 20 minutes of this deeply relaxing, meditative yoga practice. So check in with yourself as to what your intention might be. Acknowledge that to yourself. And then also decide that you'll remain alert and aware and present to whatever comes up for you during the next little while, the next 15 or 20 minutes. Try to welcome whatever comes up, whether it's a thought or an emotion, a memory, whatever comes up for you. Try to welcome it, deciding that it's a guest in your guest house of awareness, recognizing that it has a purpose for you. Now, in case something comes up that's difficult to welcome, you can create right now in your mind an inner resource, a peaceful place that you can go in your mind to get away from stress, whether it's something coming up in yoga or in life. Stressful things happen, and it's nice to have a peaceful place to go in your mind. So take a moment and allow images to arise that represent a peaceful place. Perhaps a place you've actually been that made you feel comfortable, a place you can really be yourself. Perhaps a place that you are imagining, creating in your mind right now. Maybe some combination of the two. But as images come representing this peaceful place where you feel safe and secure, use all your senses to make this place come alive for you. See the inner landscapes, or they can be outside, but see the landscapes, the colors, the objects that make you feel comfortable. Hear sounds that are soothing to your ears. Smell comforting smells, whether it's the smell of pines in the woods, or ocean breeze, or grandma's apple pie. Comforting smells. And then textures that are exactly right for your body, that make you feel totally comfortable, totally at ease. Let every element of this inner resource contribute to your sense of safety and security. Now fine-tune it in any way you need to. Make any adjustments so that this special place, your inner resource, is exactly right for you. And then tuck it away in the back of your mind, knowing it's always there for you. Anytime something stressful happens in your mind or in your life, it's just a breath away. Now check in with your heart and listen for your heart's desire. What is your heartfelt desire in this moment? What is your heart longing for? Listen carefully, and when you've identified it, visualize it already accomplished. Feel the feelings that go with that. And then state it to yourself as an affirmation of truth. I am healthy and whole, for example. My loved ones are safe. Planet Earth is peaceful. State your heart's desire as an affirmation of truth and feel certainty and gratitude in your heart. Now we'll rotate attention throughout the body And all you need to do is pay attention to sensations in the body parts as I name them one at a time. We're not trying to change anything. We're simply noticing what's already true. So starting with sensations inside your mouth, notice the feeling of sensations in the lips, at the front of the mouth, in the teeth and gums, on the upper and lower jaws. Sensations in the throat, at the back of the mouth, in the roof of the mouth, and the floor of the mouth. Sensations in the tongue, a pool of radiant sensation resting gently in the mouth. Notice the inside walls of the cheeks, sensation on the left and the right. The hollow space in the mouth filled with sensation. Feel it flowing into the inner canals of the ears on the left and the right, and all the way out to the outer folds and valleys of the ears, left and right. And bring attention to the nose, feeling sensation in the nose as the air flows in and out. Feeling the breath breathing itself. Feeling the body breathing itself effortlessly. And now feeling sensation in the eyes. Feel the eyes as pools of liquid sensation, resting comfortably in their sockets, left and right. Sensation flowing into the temples, left and right, and across the forehead to the crown of the head, and across the scalp to the back of the head, and into the throat. Feel sensation inside the head, the entire head filled with radiant sensation, gently radiating out in all directions simultaneously. Then bring attention to the notch at the base of the throat. Feel sensation flowing to the shoulders, left and right. And from the left shoulder, down the left arm to the elbow. From the left elbow to the palm of the left hand. The left hand filled with sensation. The entire left leg, left arm filled with sensation. And now sensation flowing from the right shoulder, down the right arm, to the elbow, and from the elbow to the palm of the right hand. The right hand filled with sensation, the entire right arm filled with sensation. And now noticing both hands, both arms, the shoulders, neck and head, eyes, nose, ears, and mouth, all filled with sensation. And feel the sensation flowing down into the chest, filling the chest with radiant sensation. And then flowing down into the belly, filling the belly with radiant sensation. And flowing into the pelvis. The pelvis filled with radiant sensation, flowing into the hips, left and right. And from the left hip, down the thigh to the knee. From the left knee, down the lower leg to the sole of the left foot. The left foot filled with sensation. The entire left leg filled with sensation. Sensation flowing from the right hip, down the right thigh to the knee. From the right knee down the lower leg to the sole of the right foot. The right foot filled with sensation. The entire right leg filled with sensation. And now bringing together all the sensations in the entire body into one global body feeling. Sensation in the feet, the legs, the hips, the pelvis, belly and chest, shoulders, arms and hands, neck and head, eyes, nose, ears and mouth. Coalescing all the sensations in the entire body into one global orb of radiant sensation, gently radiating out in all directions simultaneously. Is there any center to this radiant sensation? Is there any periphery to this radiance? And now stepping back into the field of awareness that represents true nature. Stepping back into a wider perspective, a bigger picture of life, opening up into spacious awareness, who you really are, and observing from this field of awareness, the body breathing itself, stepping back and observing the body being breathed by the breath, and noticing the turning point between the out-breath and the in-breath, and the turning point between the in-breath and the out-breath. Noticing the moment of stillness and the turning point of the breath as it flows out and turns back to in-breath, and as it flows in and turns to out-breath. Noticing the turning point in each breath, savoring the moment of stillness in each breath. Allowing the body to breathe itself, allowing the body to be breathed by the breath. And now visualizing yourself as you go about the rest of your day. Imagine yourself remembering that your true nature is spacious awareness in which everything comes and goes. And now checking in with your heart for your heart's desire, reaffirming it as an affirmation of truth, and feeling the gratitude in your heart. Thank you for being with us today.